Hey guys, I'm VENZ and welcome back to Automation the Car Company Tycoon game. Now, last time we built something that wasn't in campaign mode. I built a what if Alaska made a car. So this time I'm keeping up that theme and we're building a what if Hawaii built a car, since Hawaii and Alaska were both the last states to be entered into the Union in 1959. And also I grew up in Hawaii and lived there for basically like 95% of my life. Let's get right into this. So Hawaii really loves trucks. Love small 4-cylinder pickup trucks or V6, but we're gonna do a 4-cylinder. This is pre-runner, so it's gonna be a manual 4-cylinder, relatively cheap but fun to drive and useful. So let's get right into this. We're gonna be treated steel panel material. We're gonna go with a normal ladder chassis. We're gonna go with corrosion resistant steel so we don't rust in the salt air. And then we're gonna go with front longitudinal. Front is gonna be coil and leaf because it is a truck. We're gonna put one into quality and it's gonna be a truck. I didn't even know this body existed in the game. Apparently it's been in the game for a while. It's sick. I love it. I love little pickup trucks, as y'all can probably tell. And now for the engine, it's gonna be rear wheel drive. Sorry, no 4x4 here. No, that's an engine already. Oops, KE240. There we go. I'm like KA24. I think that's already an engine. I'm like 90% sure that's already an engine. Anyways, we're just gonna go with a cast 4-cylinder, and it's gonna be a 2.4 liter, so a pretty big 4-cylinder because we want it to be pretty torquey. There we go. 2.4 liter, and it's gonna be overhead cam, 3 valve per cylinder, and it's gonna have an iron standard head. It's just gonna be full iron, full cast. I know I'm pretty like boring when I build engines because I usually go cast. Well, that's because it realistically, pickup truck, cast block, cast head, powerful, or not powerful, but torquey engine making about like 170, 180 horsepower. It should be pretty sick. And this is the pre-runner, so it's gonna have like a tuned top end, I guess. So I'm just gonna throw on whatever for now. We're just gonna go forged steel light, cast light. Balance shafts, I'm gonna put about 15 pounds on the balance. I'm gonna touch all this later. Actually, I'm gonna put 2 into quality here. I want to rev to about 6,000 RPM. It's not going to be turbocharged. Actually, that would be really cool. Actually, let's just make it supercharged. Yeah, let's just make it supercharged. Pretty small one, because it's just to make it kind of faster. It's not really supposed to be like super crazy or anything. I'm not super good at like tuning superchargers yet. Let's just be a little bit strange and not run an intercooler. So that's like the first upgrade you do if you bought one of these. You just throw a nice G-Ready. You just throw a nice Mishimoto intercooler in there. Boom. And it's going to be single point EFI. Actually, it'll probably be switched over to multi-point because it's a supercharged one. Timing is going to be slightly advanced. The fuel map's still going to be slightly lean because it has to get okay gas mileage since it is a 4-cylinder pickup truck and it's kind of expected. Or else you would go get something with a bigger engine. Maybe not Hawaii. And it's just gonna run a normal, unleaded, regular 91 octane gas. It's gonna have a performance intake manifold, tubular exhaust headers. That's a flex on the brochure. Oh, look at that supercharge. That's pretty cool. I like that. Got a pretty big pulley on it. It's gonna have a 3-way calorie converter, reverse flow first muffler, and second muffler is baffled. As you can see, we're making high torque, which is exactly what I wanted. Oh, that's perfect. 190, and that curve is really nice too. No, let's see what we can do over here with the exhaust, because I see a little bit of restriction there immediately. Oh, the supercharger exploded. We rev too high, but that's all right. I'm cool with lowering the RPM limit. We want a little bit softer springs anyways. We want a little bit of a drop off here at the end, since it's still a normal daily driver pickup truck you want to drive. All right, I tuned the supercharger a little bit better, I think. It's kind of strange. Hey, who gave me an intercooler? Put that thing away. We gotta go back to the bottom end and actually put some better engines in. Engines? We gotta put a full better engine in our engine. We gotta put better con rods in here. So right now I'm using normal pass, so I guess we're gonna go forward since it's supercharged. There we go. We still got a slight torque reliability issue, which is strange. This engine's not like making like a crazy amount of power or anything. Definitely gotta lower our compression. Our octane's way high. We're only on 91 gas. Actually, we probably need to switch this thing over to premium, but realistically, people would get mad about that in Hawaii. Gas is pretty expensive in Hawaii, so it would be on my regular stuff. So yeah, let's see how much power I can make. There we go, 90 octane. That's pretty good. A little room to up the boost. If you bought one of these, put a smaller pulley on type thing. We're also gonna go over here to the aspiration. Oh, I already put 2 quality into it. Great. Cool. So that's pretty nice right now. See if we have any other issues. Exhaust is still restricted, so we're gonna go over here. Let's give it a 3-inch exhaust and make 200 horsepower. Boom. 3-inch exhaust from the factory. I like that. That's a really cool looking engine power curve right there. I'm a pretty big fan of that. Let's hear this thing. It's a supercharged 4-cylinder. It's going to sound pretty interesting. That's just all supercharger. Now over to transmission. We're going to slap a 5-speed in here. Our top speed's probably going to be around 140 miles an hour, so I'm going to keep that there. And then I'm going to put in a clutch limited slip differential, 2 into quality, actually 3 into quality here. Let's say Mackay Motors is like, their whole shtick is like, we're Hawaiian and we do really good transmission. Anyways, we're going to go over here to radial tires, sports compound. We're going to give it like 265s all around, 17-inch wheels. The tires are going to stay the same size. We're going to give it alloy wheels, 1 quality into there. And now solid disc. We're going to have 3 piston front brakes. They're going to be about 11 inches. And we're going to have a solid disc. Actually, we're going to have vented disc. 3 pistons in the front. We're going to have vented disc, 2 pistons in the rear. Going to be 9-inch. This is like a sports truck, air quotes. So I guess the disc brakes in the rear would make sense. Usually trucks that are cheaper or smaller have drum brakes in the rear. We're going to give it the off-road skid tray just because I guess that would just be shared between the vehicles. We're going to give it a little bit more cooling airflow. Put 1 quality into that. It does have a rear seat. Technically, there's a little crappy one there. If you sawed your legs off, you can use it nicely. And it's going to have a standard interior, standard CD player. I'm going to optimize it to be as light as possible. It still weighs 300 pounds. That's not too bad. Makes 200 horsepower. This should be quite fun to drive, actually. And then we're going to give it variable hydraulic power steering. It's going to have ABS, but that's it. We're going to give it basic 90s or standard 90s safety since it's 95. And I feel like a lot of these parts would be shared with a Japanese vehicle. Mackay Motors calls up, I guess in my universe lore, it'd be like Nendai or something like that, or Cormary or one of my Japanese brands. They call them up and say, yo, can we have a bunch of indicators? Can we have a bunch of blinkers for our new pickup truck? Do you have a transmission? Or can we use one of your truck's beds on our truck? Something like that. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty cool. And now for the springs, we're just gonna go with normal springs. The dampers don't really seem to make a super big stat difference, honestly. Neither do the sway bars, but I'm gonna make them semi-active since we do want a little bit of a sway bar here. What? They're like, oh my god, what kind of vehicle is this? It's a fast truck. We're gonna lower it a little bit. Ooh, that's nice. That's gonna look cool. Front tires are wide. The brake force is high. Let's check that brake force real quick there. Okay, let's lower this down just tiny bits. Boom. That. I can also just make the brakes a little smaller in the rear. And the front brakes are too good. Also, look at that. 19 miles a gallon. Wow. How's the transmission doing? Oh, 20 miles an hour of overdrive seems about right for a sporty pickup truck. Let's make the spread pretty low. You know, bam, bam, bam. We want that kind of situation. You know what I mean? Like a rally car transmission since it's a pre-runner. The dampers are hard. I'm gonna lower them down just a little bit. Let's see it go around the track. I don't know if I've like done that. They update. Where you at? Yeah, see they updated. Sounds weird. Gotta slow way down, huh? I wonder how fast I'm gonna get up to on the rear straight. Let's see. It's 70, 80, 90, 100, about 100. It's kind of slow. Stop with the supercharger. Okay, chill. Alright, I think it is time to design it. Oh, hello? Hello? It is time to design it, and I will be right back. Alright, here it is, the 1995 Makai Motors Minihune Pre-Runner. This thing is fucking sick. Look at this thing, man. Cool ass truck. It's like a mix of a Tundra, 10th Gen F-150, GMC Sonoma / S10. There's even a little bit of Nissan Frontier, Ford Ranger, Mazda Ranger B Series. There's everything in this truck. Let me know what you see in it down below. Personally, I see a lot of 10th Gen F-150, Ranger, and S10 the most. And obviously there's like a little bit of Tacoma thrown in there just because that's what body this actually is. Anyways, sick truck. I also built another version. You will see that in a minute when we go into BeamNG. Yeah. I have channel memberships. Hit that, please. I need to feed my kids. Alright, so here we are in BeamNG, and I gotta say, this is a cool little truck. I like it. It looks cool in bright colors. Yeah, it's got some cool wheels. Those are a factory upgrade. Get charged by the dealer. This little guy right here is supposed to represent a Minihune. There isn't like obviously there isn't a Minihune in the game, so I put that guy in there. A Minihune in like Hawaiian mythology is like a little dude, like a little ghost dude, a little tiny guy that comes around and just does harassment, basically. Yeah. And Makai just means like the ocean side of like the island, so you got Mauka, which is mountains, and Makai, which is the ocean side. So yeah, that's my idea behind this. And this truck, literally, I can see so many different trucks in this truck. Right here, I see a 10th Gen F-150. Right here, in the taillight, I see a GMC Sonoma or an S10. Right here, I see a Tacoma mixed with an S10 and like a Ranger like side indicator. And also, my bad, I forgot the badge on that side. But this is a pretty cool truck. Even like the fender flares are giving, like this right here, 10th Gen F-150. This right here, Nissan Frontier. Pretty cool. Anyways, let's get this thing going. Yeah, so the gears are pretty far apart, but that's alright. Oh, I built that thing right there. It's like a lifted Hawaii style version. So let's see how fast is this? This is the fast one, like of these trucks. So let's see. Doing 80. Okay. We're only making almost 5 pounds of boost. That's alright. It's about where I want it to be. There's 100. It's pretty slow. And there we go into 5th gear. I don't know if we're going to be accelerating anymore. We are. We're still accelerating. We're going at 10 miles an hour faster than a Ranger. Actually, yeah, we're going 20 miles an hour faster than a Ranger. Cool. Very nice. Let's see how the brakes are. Oh, the brakes aren't bad. Pretty good, actually. I thought the brakes were going to be really bad based on like all the graphs, what the graphs and automation are showing, but for some reason the graphs and like BeamNG never correlate exactly correctly. It seems to be pretty planted. I guess one thing I would do different if I wanted this to be way faster, definitely needs another camshaft. This single revs real slow. And the gearing's pretty low too, so it's kind of weird. It makes over 200 horsepower. It should pull a little bit harder than this. It doesn't weigh that much. Let's go in interior view. You can't hear the supercharger like an automation, so I'm pretty happy about that because that automation supercharger is not it. This one sounds good from inside here. Just a tiny bit of a whine. Excuse me. Nice. Does sound pretty cool. Oh, here we go. You'll be able to hear the supercharger real good on the hood. Nice. I'm a big fan of this truck so far. Here we go. Excuse me. Whoa, whoa. Oh, we're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're not dead. We're dead. Oh. Ooh, snap oversteer. I also built this. This is a Hawaii style like build, because in Hawaii, I don't know why we do that in Hawaii. We do this thing where we lift the truck, keep the like normal like sport compound tires, like Pirellis and stuff, like the nicest tires you can get. You put them on these smaller like wheels, like get the smallest wheels you can find, make them as wide as possible, and then stretch your tires out on it, lift the truck, and get some stickers on the back. Oh, brah. I'm gonna fucking hammer now, cuz. Anyways, we could drive this. This thing don't drive much different. This is like based off the base model of the truck, so I just took the supercharger off basically. This one makes only 140 horsepower because it's like lifted and stuff. It drives kind of interesting. This is a very accurate Hawaii thing. Trying to get up to speed in a lifted truck, you just hear it from like a mile away. Here, I'm passing the minivan. Let's go. Oh, I gotta... Yeah, accurate speed wobbles. But yeah, this truck's not meant to go off-road, it's just meant to look cool. And this one does look cool. Oh, I made the front blinkers clear. That's a big one. Yes, sir. Anyways, I'm gonna take this one over to the track, and I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. Just gonna completely drop the clutch. There. Nice clutch dump, bounced off the rev limiter into second. Nice snap shift in the third. The rev limiter is pretty quiet. It's just this is the supercharger going burp burp. Downshift back in the third through here, back in the fourth because we're gonna need it going through here. Come on, give me more boost, bro. Where's my boost at? And I'm gonna brake pretty late. These brakes are really good. And the truck actually handles pretty great. Keep it moving, keep it moving. Keep it easier on the brakes here. To the left, to the right. Ooh, keep it in third, a little bit of understeer. I don't know why I was going to the left so much, that was kind of weird. Maybe I'm like having stick drift occur, like, randomly. This controller might be dying. Alright, cool. For this section. Nice rotation right there, that was really nice. A little bit of brake, a little bit of brake. Floor it. Oh, that was fast. That's a good run. If only this truck was a little faster. And 143. Nice. It went fourth. It went faster than the Walgo and slower than the Seeker. Cool. That's about what I was expecting too. Makes sense it'll be slightly slower than the Seeker, or not slightly, multiple seconds slower than the Seeker. But yeah, very cool. And everybody is dead in the truck now. That was really bad. This thing's crumpled. That's a 0 crash test rating right there, man. That was really bad. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, I'm VENZ, and I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna drop my shit from the sky. Hold on, I gotta make fun of Jason Momoa real fast. So Jason Momoa posted a video on Instagram where he started speaking Hawaiian, but he did it in a really bad accent. He said it like this. Everybody. And I was like, whoa, bro, what is this? That's not what we're supposed to do. So everybody's like clowning him. Fucking great.